Rules in S3. In this video, we are going to see two types of rules. One is lifecycle rule and another one is replication rule. S3 lifecycle rule. Lifecycle rule means we are able to create a set of rules that will automate the actions on the specified bucket or the folder or the object stored in the bucket. So by using the lifecycle rule, we will able to move the objects from one storage class to the another storage class automatically. So basically it will help to reduce the cost and the storage space by moving the object to the cheaper storage classes, or it will delete the older data after the certain days. So that is the purpose of lifecycle rule. And there are 5 lifecycle rules in S3. First one is transition current version of the object. If the versioning is enabled in bucket means, and if I upload the file with the name demo means, then it will become the version 1 and it is the current version. And if I upload the same file with the same name means, then the version 1 become the non-current version and the version 2 become the current version of the object. So, and this rule will help to move the current version of the object from one storage class to the another storage class after the certain days, and it is only applicable for the current version object. For example, if that secondly uploaded object is not used for more than 90 days means, it will automatically move to the standard infrequent access storage class, and further it is not used for another 60 days means, it will automatically go to the S3 Glacier storage class. So by moving the object to one storage classes, it will help to reduce the cost and also save the storage space also. And we can't able to move the object to the S3 standard infrequent access before 30 days, which means the current version object must stay in minimum 30 days in its standard storage class before it moves to the another class. And it is also only applicable for the current version of objects. And no one wants to move the current version of object to any other storage class, because if they take the application means and that application is currently in use for the public purpose means, the peoples are continuously using that application, and if the people send the request means they wants to get the response immediately. And on that time, if the current version of object is moved to the another cheaper storage class means, they need to wait for some hours or minutes to get the response. So this rule is not applicable for all situations, but in some exceptional cases it will be used. And the second rule is transition non-current version of object. And here consider the same example. If I upload the file with the name demo and it become the version 1, and when the object become non-version means, if I again upload the file with the same name means, then it become the non-current version. And this rule is only applicable for the non-current version of object, so it will move the older version of object to the another storage classes after the certain days. Third one is expire current version of objects, and this rule is applicable in two situations. And the first situation is if the versioning is not enabled in the bucket means, if I upload the object in the bucket and the object is deleted after some days means, it will be permanently deleted and we can't able to recover the object. But if the versioning is enabled in the bucket means, if I upload the object and after the lifecycle rule expires, it will be deleted. But instead of deleting the object, in the situation, it will add the delete marker for that object, which means we can able to retrieve that particular object at any time and it is not permanently deleted. So for that purpose, if I want to keep the deleted object for the retention purpose means, then I can use the expire current version of object rule. Fourth one is permanently delete the non-current version of object. So if I want to permanently delete the non-current version of object means, then I can use this rule, because if the non-current objects are kept in the S3 bucket means, it will consume the. If I want to reduce means, then I can use this rule. And the fifth one is delete expired object delete markers. If the versioning is enabled in the bucket means, if I delete the object in the bucket, instead of deleting, it will add the delete marker. If I wants to delete the added delete marker object means, then I can use this object. So it will be automatically remove the expired deleted markers objects, and it is only possible in versioning enabled bucket. So by doing this, we can reduce the unnecessary storage use of that deleted objects. And that another one is delete multi-part upload. Multi-part upload means, if I upload the movie with 900 MB and it takes some time to upload in the bucket, and during this process, unfortunately, if some error happens or the uploading movie file is not fully completed and is only partially completed means, it will consume the storage space. And again, if I upload the file with 900 MB means, the previously uploaded file storage space will be a loss for us. So to avoid this kind of situation, this rule is used. So it will abort the incomplete multi-part uploads after the certain period of time. So by doing this, we can save the storage cost by removing the partially uploaded objects. And finally, the replication rule in S3. Replication means it is the process by which we can automatically create the copies of data across the multiple locations, which means we able to replicate the data in availability zone or in region also. So by doing this, it can help to prevent the disaster recovery, or if unfortunately the application in one region fails means, we can use with the backup which is stored in the another region or availability zone. For that purpose, the replication is used. And in S3, it also has the rule for replication. And what does the replication rule do means, here we can apply the rule for objects or the buckets, or even we can decide whether it wants to replicate the delete markers or whether it wants to replicate the existing objects also. So these kind of the things we can able to set the rule for it. And here we can able to do two types of replication. One is cross region replication and another one is same region replication. Cross region replication means we can able to copy the object from one AWS region to another region. For example, if I create a bucket in Ireland and if I want to copy the bucket to the Mumbai region means, then I can use the cross region replication. Or otherwise, if I want to create the object within the same region means, then I can use the same region replication rule.